Yo. Welcome to NAR, where we break down some of the most ridiculous stories from around the world. Take a seat, get some popcorn, and relax. But while you're making that popcorn, do make sure to gently press the like button and subscribe. Now, let's begin. The next story is about a Russian woman who was embalmed alive, and as a result, died in excruciating pain. 27-year-old Ekaterina Fedeva was supposed to undergo a routine surgery which involved the removal of cysts. This type of surgery is referred to as a laparoscopic surgery, or keyhole surgery, which involves a surgeon accessing the inside of one's abdomen and pelvis without having to make large incisions on the skin. This surgery took place at a local hospital in Ulanovska, a city located in western Russia. But during the operation, the medical staff made a grave mistake, and instead of administering a saline drip, she was given a formaldehyde-based drip. Formaldehyde is used to preserve dead bodies from rotting for the process of embalming. Ekaterina soon started experiencing excruciating stomach pains and cried for help. Her mother-in-law, Valentina, told reporters that after the operation she told her, "Mom, I'm dying," but Valentina didn't take her seriously and thought that she was just complaining. She went through excruciating agony and convulsions for 2 days before falling into a coma. Her organs started to fail and had to be put on life support. After the hospital realized their fatal mistake, they used 52 drugs to try and save her life, and afterwards transferred her to the Moscow hospital, attempts which were futile in the end as Ekaterina Fedeva ended up losing her life. A case of death by medical negligence was opened against the medical personnel responsible for her surgery, which resulted in the chief doctor of the Ulanovska hospital getting fired. Rashid Abdullah, the then Minister of Health, Family, and Social Well-being for the Ulanovska region, tweeted about the incident saying, "I express my sincere condolences to the family and friends of Ekaterina Fedeva. This is a great tragedy. We will provide all the necessary assistance to the family. All guilty officials have already been held accountable, and the investigating authorities continue to work." He continued on to say, "I call on all colleagues, employees and staff of medical institutions all show increased attention and caution when providing assistance. Nothing like this should happen again." Someone commented under the tweet saying, "Statistics confirm, medical errors and unnecessary surgeries are the biggest causes of premature death in the world." Anyway, what do you think about this and similar incidents? What can be done to decrease the number of medical errors which lead to unnecessary deaths? Should we design robots which will perform these surgeries instead of humans who make mistakes? I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. Alexandru Radita, the 15-year-old boy who died in 2013 because of his parents who didn't treat his diabetes intentionally. His parents made efforts to isolate him from anyone else who could have intervened aside from themselves so as for him to never get medical help. And so as a result, he unfortunately died of bacterial sepsis brought about by the extreme starvation which appears to have been occurring for months if not years. Shockingly, he had 7 more siblings who, because of this incident, have to continue living without their parents, who will serve 25 years of their life sentences without parole as they were found guilty of first-degree murder. The lawyer representing the parents, who are Emil Radita, 60, and Radika Radita, 54, argued that they lacked the means and not the desire to take care of their child, which makes me wonder, if that reason even stands, why have 7 more children? Why potentially subject 7 more children to such cruel acts if you don't have the means to take care of even one of them who needs urgent medical care? So yeah, I think that argument is just nonsense. This argument is also disproven when looking back at when Alexandru was only 5 years old and was taken away from his parents into foster care due to him getting hospitalized and close to death thanks to his parents' parenting tactics. Apparently, Alexandru thrived in foster care and showed signs of getting back to normal in terms of his health for nearly a year, until his parents were able to get back custody of him and then proceeded to move to another Canadian province, which is suspicious if you truly believe you've done nothing wrong. One of the social workers who worked at the foster center, Patricia McDonald, expressed how happy she was with the verdict against Alexandru's parents as they've been held accountable for their horrible parenting, which means justice for Alexandru has been achieved. She went on to explain how empty and void of any feelings or emotion his parents were. She said that she'd never met parents like them in her life. The parents' actions were inspired by their church, where they were instructed not to visit doctors, clinics, or use Western medication to help with any illness. After the death of their son, they told their church that even though he had died, God had resurrected him. Imagine if, just by doing a single dance, you could potentially stand to lose your job and/or marriage. The only bright side is that this wouldn't exist, but onto more serious matters. Well, that's exactly what happened to Aya Yusuf, an Egyptian teacher, who was filmed doing a simple belly dance, which has since sparked outrage amongst Egyptian conservatives. The video of her doing the dance has since gone viral due to the extreme consequences she has suffered because of it. She was teaching Arabic in a primary school in the Dakalia province of Egypt, which she was fired from, and has also lost her husband, who decided to divorce her as punishment for such an act. Now dubbed by the media as the Mansoura teacher, she came out to let people know how the video, which was took without her consent and posted on the internet, has destroyed her life. She said that the person was trying to tarnish her reputation by doing so, and that she would go and take legal action against them. Egyptian conservatives who've seen the video noted on Twitter how education has reached a new low in Egypt, and that teachers are meant to be role models, and that this woman has now set a bad example for the Egyptian youth. But why is belly dancing hated so much by these conservatives? Well, the YouTube channel Arte.tv documentary have a documentary explaining this question specifically. How it wasn't always this way, as it was once very popular and featured on almost every movie made in Egypt. Do check it out after this video if you find this topic interesting. Anyway, things have since changed, and conservatives have since worked hard to censor belly dancing from Egyptian television and media, because of how the women give men sexual urges.
Einer der bekanntesten Zensoren ist er, Samir Sabri, offiziell Anwalt, ein den Machthabern nahestehender Konservativer. Er verbringt seine Zeit mit der Überwachung von Tänzerinnen. Er durchforstet die sozialen Netzwerke und die Medien und fahndet nach Tänzen, die nach seiner Ansicht die Grenzen überschreiten. Dann zeigt er sie an.
ده فن، ايه الفن اللي فيه ده؟ ايه الفن اللي فيه؟ ده كان برضه فيديو كليب لراقصة اسمها غزل، وإن ده تداوله كثير من الشباب والمواقع. كل الرقص فيه مجموعة من الإيحاءات غير الأخلاقية والجنسية، وطبعا ده قدمت ضده أو ضدها ببلاغ، وقدمت للمحاكمة وصدر ضدها حكم جنائي على بس أو إشاعة الفسق. بتعاقب على الأعمال المشينة دي والأخلاق، ويعني الأعمال اللي هي بتؤدي إلى نشر الفسق. كل الإيحاءات الجنسية ممنوعة.
طب إيه هي الإيحاءات الجنسية اللي ممكن تكون موجودة؟
لا دي ما أعرفش، أنا أشرح لك يعني إيه إيحاءات جنسية، دي معلومة للكافة. يعني إيه إيحاءات جنسية؟ حركات مثيرة للغرائز الجنسية.
Eine vage Definition. Dennoch bringt sie Künstler ins Gefängnis. Im Nachbarraum lagert Samir Sabri alle seine Fälle im Archiv. In den letzten 30 Jahren hat er über 2000 Prozesse gegen Künstler geführt.
أنا بقول لحضرتك الرقصات تقريبا 600، وإجمالي القضايا التي أقيمت حوالي 1920 قضية، ومنهم اللي اتحكم فيهم بغلق قنوات أو برامج، ومنهم ما زال متداول أمام القضاء.
The documentary also talks about a very similar case to Aya's, where Mona Prince, a female university professor, lost her job because of belly dancing. Mona Prince was an English literature professor at the University of Cairo, but has since lost her job due to a video of her belly dancing being uploaded on Facebook. She is now a human rights activist who advocates for free speech. Aya Yusuf was a bit luckier than Mona, though, as she received tons of support from women's rights activists and the head of the Egyptian Center for Women's Rights, Dr. Nihad Abu Kumsin, who helped her file a complaint against wrongful dismissal. She has since been reappointed as an Arabic teacher in a new school. Aya Yusuf's story shows us the diversity in the rules that each culture consists of, and how something as simple as belly dancing, done as a form of entertainment in one culture, can potentially destroy a person's life according to another culture. Well, that's the end. Thanks for watching, and do please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe. Leave a comment on what you think about these stories. Would love to chat with all of you.